Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on GrowGeneration. I just come across a bunch of information that they have that was just released here in the last couple days. I've talked about them on the channel here a couple times in the past, and over the last year they've had a great run up here. You can see 482%, which is just amazing. So somewhere right in here is when I first got into the stock. I wish I would have totally loaded up on it back then, but as you follow my channel, you know I'm into MJ a lot, and hydroponics. This is a hydroponic stock, so if you're into MJ, you need to slightly diversify into some hydroponics. GRWG is a good one. I've talked about Village Family Farms, which is VFF, here on the channel in the past, and I think that's all the hydroponics, but any others that you can find or come across, go ahead and list those in the comments, and that way we can all look into them together. But over the last 3 months, this one's just been kind of up and down, 37 on up to 55, pulled back to 41, 55 again, so it keeps touching that 55.28, 55.19, so we'll see what it does here in the next coming weeks. I think this one's gonna go up here over the summer just because of people gardening and so on, but again, this is a growth stock, I would say. I mean, it's been a growth stock for me. As you can see, my cost basis here, 15 shares at $8.91, and if you don't know what they are, like I said, it's hydroponics and organic specialty gardening products, founded in 2014, with a 2 million average volume and a $2.61 billion market cap. And I mean, you can't beat that 100% for ratings. Here's their earnings, so you can see they beat, that's kind of hard to tell. I think it's right on. This one unfortunately was below, and this one, so I would assume next earnings here at the end of August we'll maybe see that dot up here. That's just me speculating, because this one has been such a growth stock, but you can see here, just back in August, I tried buying some for $9.12, probably lowballed it to $9.10, and so you can see how it's just starting to go up since last August from when I bought mine. So, and down there at the bottom was Tilray. I just did a video on Tilray, but back to GrowGeneration. Here's another look on bar chart. Previous close, $43, day low of $41.80, day high of $44.74. Volume, it's pretty typical volume, and the market cap, and feel free to pause and go over that for yourself. Again, that's on bar chart. Over here to Market Watch, GrowGeneration to participate in upcoming virtual investment conferences. And as you can see, this is just stated here on the 1st. So, like I said, definitely one to watch. This is always going to be a growth stock. It's going to be a long-term play for me. I have some here in Robinhood. I have some in my retirement. And this one is even in a couple of the MJ ETFs that I've talked about. I would have to look over those to see exactly which ones, but you can find all the MJ right there, ETFs, in my library. So is the nation's largest chain of specialty hydroponic and organic garden centers announced today that the company will participate in the following virtual investment conferences. Darren Lampard, GrowGeneration's co-founder, CEO, and Chief Financial Officer, will hold virtual one-on-one meetings with institutional investors on Wednesday. And so Wednesday would have been yesterday. So the Chief Financial Officer will participate in the fireside chat on Thursday. Well, this says today at 3 p.m. Eastern. So this is already passed. Management will hold virtual one-on-one meeting. GrowGeneration launches e-commerce platform. I thought this was pretty interesting. Introduces buy online, pickup in store. This is dated on June 1st. The nation's largest chain of specialty hydroponic and organic garden centers today announced the launch of GrowGeneration.com. The company's newly redesigned e-commerce platform now introduces or includes the option to buy online, pickup in store. The service will be available to select locations. GrowGenerations.com is a one-stop e-commerce destination for commercial and craft growers with a robust inventory of over 10,000 products ranging from organic nutrients and soils to advanced lighting technology. The newly designed website includes commercial account signups and volume pricing, enhanced order tracking, a virtual garden center with product departments, and a Grow Pro channel featuring educational and how-to content from grow specialists. And feel free to pause and go over the rest there for yourself. So they did see a number of retail trends emerge or accelerate as a result of this, which we're almost over. And more than ever, consumers want the ease and convenience of online shopping, but with the option to avoid shipping delays and or charges by picking up at their local store. And so everything's going e-commerce. Jeff Bezos kind of paved the way, so Shopify, there's tons of e-commerce out there now. Everybody's going e-commerce. Speaking of e-commerce, I just talked about Naked Brands earlier today, so let's get that one pumped up so I can sell out of it. Been holding that one, I want to dump it, so maybe it's on a run. But here it talks about double-digit growth rates through 2024, and so the more popular MJ becomes, the more legalized it becomes. Exactly through 2024, the U.S. click and collect sales are expected to reach, and so these are just going to grow and grow, just like the name, Grow Generation. So if you're looking to get into this one, I would just set your alerts for the dips and buy in when you can. Again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, just state my opinion. But this is definitely one to hold. I haven't bought any more here in Robinhood, but I do have some in my retirement. So again, launches e-commerce site with the BOPIS feature and kind of some of the same information. So I'll just slowly scroll through this, and so that way you can read it. And feel free to pause, and like I said, I'll just scroll through it. But revenues are a whopping year-over-year growth of 173%, so you can't beat that. But like I said, if you're in MJ and want to diversify, this is definitely one to diversify into. And like I said, check out Village Family Farms as well. And if you have any other hydroponics out there, feel free to leave that in the comments. Interesting put and call options for July 23rd. So they saw new options beginning trading today for July 23rd. Expiration stock options channel. Year boost formula has looked up and down the Grow Generation options chain for the new July 23rd contracts and identified one put and one call contract of particular interest. Put contract at the 42.50 strike price has a current bid of $3.80. If an investor wants a sell to open that put contract, so we will see what happens with their options. If you're planning to do an option on GRWG, go ahead and leave that in the comments as well. That would be interesting to know. Below is a chart showing the trailing 12-month trading history for Grow Generation and highlighting in green where the 42.50 strike price is located relative to that history. And here's the chart. So it looks like it was, that's about $65. And as you can see, back a year ago, you could have got this below $10. So, and it could very well reach that or above and beyond, just like Buzz Lightyear at the $70 range here by the end of the summer. That's just how positive I am about this company and what they're doing and the growth and everything. So, but again, you can find this on NASDAQ.com. And that one went away, so we'll go over here to Reddit. High Tide, I've talked about them a couple times, versus GrowGeneration, a fundamental comparison. High Tide's one of my favorites. That's probably why you talk about it so much. They're a growing company, and anytime I find new info about them, I talk about it. So we got Aurora Cannabis here, Clover, I think, Organogram, GrowGeneration Hexo Tilray, and XXII. I can't remember what it stands for, but I have that stock, and I've talked about it here on the channel. And so that's just 6 hours ago. That's interesting. Over here to stock twits. So expiration 16 July 21. GrowGeneration Corp just filled its statement of changes in beneficial owner. GrowGeneration, anyone else see the volume spike at close? Filed SEC form. With the common stock, nothing really in here that we haven't already shared. I wish I had 75,000 shares. I'd maybe keep, I don't know, I'd sell a little bit, maybe, I don't know, reinvest in something else and just leave the rest, or it's hard to say. That'd be an interesting call. Let's see here, revenues, not much else in there. Over here to tip ranks, currently at 42.22. Strong buy with an upside of 54, a 27.9% upside, a high of 60, and a low of 45. But if you have GrowGeneration, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Anytime I've talked about it, it's been a pretty popular one, and I'm going to continue to hold it. This is at least a 2 at a bare minimum, probably more like a 5-year minimum, and long term definitely of 10 years. So, and then who knows, it just need to watch the MJ market, and this one kind of runs ahead of it, so in regards to hydroponics and all the supplies that you need. So I call this one the picks and shovels. So the kind of the gold rush analogy. Everybody rushes to pan for gold, but they all don't strike it rich. But the people that sold shovels and pans and all that stuff made it big. So, but that's it for GrowGeneration. If you have this one, go ahead and leave it in the comments along with your cost basis. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.